Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 WiiUWare review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Little Inferno, which if you've never played it before, it's a bit of an odd one, and I'm probably going to be yet again doing a review that goes against the grain of others, because I wasn't really keen at all on World of Goo, as I'm sure many of you will know because you've probably seen the review, so I wasn't really into this, but I got into a huge debate with someone, and basically, after talking to him, and I actually said, rather than just blindly arguing, why don't you do a review, I'll have a read, and see where it goes from there. And after reading it, I thought, yeah, this does sound like something I'm interested in. So I thought I'll wait until it goes on sale. Now I had two choices with the game. Get it on WiiWare, or WiiUWare, or the Wii U, or whatever, or get it on the Steam sale. Now the Steam sale was already £1 cheaper, and it's probably going to drop even more because it's the nature of the Steam sale, but three reasons made me get it on the Wii U. One, I thought the gamepad would work well. It does, it works extremely well. I've not tried the Wii remote, but the gamepad works amazingly well. Two, the Nintendo Rewards program, which anyone who's new to my vids, if you just quite simply search for VC and WiiWare vids, you'll see that I've got quite a few of them, and if that rewards program had existed 5 years ago, I'd probably have another 23 games. And the third one hadn't yet happened, but basically I was always planning on getting Scribblenauts Unlimited for the Wii U, so people who were looking forward to that review, good news, it'll be coming sooner than possible. However, it won't be the Wii U version, because Steam really messed up and released a game 2.5 months early, because Europe doesn't get it until February 15th, but I've got it now, and they dropped it to £15. So instead of £35, which I had it pre-ordered for online, and it'll probably be £50 in store, it means I've got it 2.5 months early, for £20 less than what I was going to pay, and all I've lost is a few Nintendo characters. Don't really care about those anymore, quite frankly, as I'm sure many people wouldn't if they were in my circumstance. But anyway, I've been on a blank screen now for 2 minutes, so I suppose I should get down to it. The whole point of the game is a collectathon puzzle type thing. It's why I'm on an early file, and it's why that tab over here I will not be pulling down. Because as soon as you complete a puzzle, it shows you the ingredients of how to do it in case you wanted to do it again. And it means if I pull that down, you're going to see the ones that I've already done, and even though I'm on an early file, I've still done about 20 out of the like 99 of them or something. But the whole point is, in the top left over here, you've got coins. Then you've got stamps which you can get, and the stamps allow you to buy things faster. Basically, when you buy stuff with your coins, you've got a time you've got to wait for them, and you allow yourself to unlock them sooner. You've got a tab over here, which means you can buy an additional slot, because you start with 4, and you've got your catalogues over here. And the way the catalogue system works is, you buy an item, and once you buy all of the items in that catalogue, you get the next one. And then you've got to work out the puzzles. And it's basically, it'll give you a very cryptic clue. Some of them are stupidly easy. Some of them you will work out in seconds. Others, you'll be there for ages just trying to constantly mix and match combinations. For example, you've got like the first catalogue here, a picture, corn on the cob, blocks, alarm clock. You'll get a cryptic clue and you'll think, well, maybe if I mix that with that, or maybe if I mix that with that, and you'll just have to keep trying things, and eventually you'll unlock later items and you'll think, well, hang on a second, that would make more sense. And it's basically, if you just play it for getting the catalogues, you'll have it done in no time at all, because the whole point is you buy an item, you buy a couple items, to be fair, I'll just buy a few things here. You then go there, you wait for them to unlock. So, there we go, that's the first one. You put it in, and then you set it on fire. And the puzzle aspect works by you have to put 2 or 3 items in and set them all on fire together, and it'll come up, yeah, you've done it, and tell you which puzzle you've done. And you get money, and you always seem to get at least the same amount of money back. So it's one of those things, the game isn't hard from that perspective. It's not you never really run out of cash. I mean, if you buy a catalogue and an upgrade at the wrong time, then you might find yourself having to kill spiders that appear on the walls to get coins to build up to buy the other items. But as long as you've got cash and you're buying big items, then it doesn't matter, because you'll constantly get your money back. But it's not about a difficulty from that perspective. It's not about possibly running out of cash. It's about burning things and getting other things unlocked to burn them, and then seeing what reaction they do. So for example, the corn there just exploded into popcorn, and I apologise if that's a spoiler, but it is one of the first items you get. There's a reason I've been buying from the first catalogue. The batteries is actually one of the most satisfying things. It's an item where you get multiple, because there are some items where you get more than one, so you'll get a set of building blocks, not just a building block. With the batteries you get 3 of them, and they explode. You can get nuclear bombs, mini nukes, and they just clear the whole thing. So you might have noticed there's a bit of debris here on the screen, and you can pick it up and chuck it around to try and clear it, but sometimes that debris can get in your way, and if there's a little bit on fire and you accidentally put an item where there's a little bit on fire, it can set the other things alight before you've set up trying to do the puzzle, and it's just one of those things. That's where the difficulty comes in, I suppose, the fact that you've got to be patient and you've got to work out what the puzzles are. So if you are just playing it for the catalogues, you'll probably have it done in a couple hours and you'll never play it again. If you're doing it for the puzzle aspect, it'll last you a lot longer, and I think it's a very satisfying, deep, well thought out game. It controls extremely well. It is just a simple case of you get the stylus and you touch wherever you want to burn and you drag things, and it's one of those. I honestly don't look at the TV. I look at the gamepad the entire time I'm playing, and it may be because it's a little clunky to look at one and scroll with the other because you can't exactly see what you're pointing at, but I think the fire looks better on the gamepad, and it's rare that I think something on the gamepad looks better than the TV, because usually the quality is dampened because the gamepad's obviously weaker and less powerful and less definition than a TV, but I actually think it does work really well. You've got some items that you can not burn if you want to, like this, which you can just chuck them and smash them. And it's just one of those. The puzzle aspect of it is really good, and there is some story to the game as well, because the whole point is the town is freezing cold and no one knows why, so you buy a Little Inferno fireplace in order to heat your home up, and you have to keep heating your home up in that manner, and you then all of a sudden start getting letters from your next door neighbour who also has a fireplace, and you start interacting with her, not on real time obviously because she is a fictional character type thing, and it's just like she'll send you a letter, I really want some fireflies to burn, would you send me some? So you send her that, she sends you something else to burn, and as you go along you unlock more items and you get more of the story, and I just think it works really well. And as you go along as well, your fireplace can be upgraded. For example, you don't start with these curtains here. You do start with this face, but you don't start with the curtains. Graphically, the game I think is great. Musically, it sounds good in certain places. Like for example, you'll get like in the story bits, you'll get some deep, dark, ominous music, and it sounds great. In the catalogue, you'll get cheery music, but for the most part, it's just about the sounds of listening to things. You might have heard there when I set the school bus on fire, the children were screaming because they were burning to death. And it's one of those, believe it or not, this game kind of is aimed at kids, and I really don't see it. Because the whole point is you set things on fire, which you're not supposed to do in real life, and it's full of violence in the form of people screaming to death and setting creatures on fire and stuffed toys and things that act like they're alive, and it's just one of those things. I really would look at it twice before buying it for your kids, even though it is a very satisfying puzzler, and it's just one of those things though, that I really would look into it a bit more. But that's pretty much all I can say. So check it out if you want to. I think for what cost me £9 I believe, or it'll probably hit about £6 on the Steam sale, it's well worth looking into. At the moment, WiiUWare isn't that big, there's not much out, and I definitely think it's a solid launch title. So there we go then. That's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.